What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And today's video we are going to taking a look at something really special. So this is my Redmi K20 Pro, which I really love. Again, this phone has been my secondary daily driver since 2019. So yeah, quite an old phone, but right now it's running the latest HyperOS 3 with Android 16, and it's just amazing that we still get to see the developer support for such an old phone. And to be honest, it's a really nice phone. The Snapdragon 855 still keeps up with the whole UI and everything. My battery has been tossed through the usage of 6 years, but still an amazing phone with the hardware. And currently it's not that good for daily usage. If you want to try this ROM out, you do have the Google Play services, but it is a China based ROM, and the HyperOS 3 itself doesn't have a lot of new features and it's not stable itself. So we'll just take a look at how it runs on the K20 Pro and what are the newer features in HyperOS 3 which you can't get with the normal app update, because basically everything runs on the HyperOS 2 fine if you are talking about the apps like the clock or calendar and everything. If you have the Android 16 version, as you can see, there is the brand new Hyper Island, I guess. I don't know what Xiaomi calls this, but let's just dismiss it for now. Let's just go through the calendar and stuff, and if you just see neatly, it looks well, but the animations are missing as it has been turned off for this device because it was causing few issues. So you might see blur right over here, but if you just go through gallery, maybe it's not working. As you can see, there's just a gradient, but a lot of UI changes throughout a lot of apps like the gallery, file manager. There are brand new sorting options too, which is nice. So coming back, talking more about that island right over there, let's just play something like a song. Let's just play. As you can see, it exits right away on the home screen, but sometimes if you just play and go here, it will go right up top. Then you can switch between both of the apps just like any kind of another Chinese OS or even one UI, and the animations for it are amazing. Now if you want to quickly expand the app, you can just directly swipe it down. Sometimes it works just fine, but for the third-party apps mostly you have to just click on it. But for the system apps, you can actually just swipe down to open a pop-up view, which is really amazing integration. Then again, you can just dismiss it right away. Pretty nice. Again, let's just do that and expand it completely. Pretty nice. Again, exits with a very beautiful animation. So coming down to more stuff, the camera app is still the older one. It's not the version 6, so you don't have the newer UI, but everything is working fine. So hardware wise, only the NFC is broken, and again the Indian version just doesn't have it. If you just go to the app world, you do have a 3D iOS style UI. Again, bunch of newer widgets, apps, app icons have been updated. You have a nice glass effect right over here. If you just go to the widgets directly, very good layout and UX, to be honest. It is a bit choppy because I'm running a third-party app for DC dimming, OLED saver, so that it just doesn't flicker in the camera, but the anti-flicker mode in this ROM is broken. So yeah, there are quite a few bugs, like even the fingerprint scanner doesn't work, but face unlock is present and it just works quite fine. Again, one of the bugs, the lock screen just takes a lot of time sometimes. If I just lock it again, it's still trying to unlock. Let's just do that again. That was quick. It can be a hit or miss, but for most of the times it just works fine. So let's just go to the settings app. Let me just dismiss this thing. Again, you can bring it back just like that. Not having a cutout right there just makes it a bit weird, but this is how the settings look. If you just go to the My Device, HyperOS version 3, scrolling down, just your normal spec sheet, 4000 mAh battery, which I guess only 3.5 is remaining. Snapdragon 855. If you just go to the detailed specs and info, the ROM isn't that old. The build is actually almost half a month old. I was actually waiting for a more stable version of this ROM, but for such an old device, the support is very limited. As you can see, Android version is 16 and the security patch is September, so not that old. Pretty latest build. Again, it's just amazing to see such a phone running a latest OS, but scrolling down, nothing much. You have interconnectivity options, which is a bit broken due to NFC not being present, but most of the features do work fine. You have Xiaomi Hyper AI, and in that, I don't like the newer UI. I do like the HyperOS 2 one. Again, it's a bit laggy and it doesn't even look that good. I like the older one, but everything is in Chinese, so pretty much none of use to us. Like the AI speech recognition, AI voice to text, everything is in Chinese. So going down to the personalization, there is quite a lot over here. So if you just go to the left, now you can create sets of lock screen and home screen wallpaper separately and just switch between them, which is nice because you do have a lot of depth effects for the lock screen. So let's just try to use it without messing up. There you go. If you just hold on to it, customize lock screen. As you can see, the UI has refined a lot. You have new presets for a few of the things. They look quite good with the depth effect, especially these ones. Let's just apply one of them. The depth effect just works fine. Again, gives a very iOS style look. Not completely a huge fan. Like HyperOS is a ripoff of iOS, I know that well, but it's just trying too much right now, like with the blur, the clock. Yeah, but it looks quite nice. Let's just try that again. Again, the lock screen just takes quite a lot of time. Unlocked well this time. The blur and everything looks quite nice. Let's just go to the personalization again. If you just go to the lock style, customize the clock, you do have quite a lot of clocks right over here in the HyperOS 3, which is nice if you are a lot into the customization. And again, this is picked up after the newer iPhones. Then coming back, always on display does have a bit of issue, but it's majorly fixed. If you just go to the display and brightness, scrolling down, anti-flicker mode is broken. If you go to the refresh rate, you do have the option up till 90 Hz, just like the older ROMs from Green Turtle, which is really nice and it just works flawlessly. But the device does hit up trying to keep up with 90 FPS with all the animations and blur. But going back, nothing much. If you just go through the home screen, there are new options from HyperOS 3, but there is no iOS style stacking, which I was hoping in HyperOS 3, but still it's in works. But you do have home screen search like iOS, so you can switch it for compact, Xiaomi AI, or just the standard one, which was the older one. So let's just switch it to something new like Ask Xiaomi AI. So that completely disappears, gives you a much cleaner look. Tapping on it does take a second. I don't know, Xiaomi AI is just a bit laggy right now. Mostly it's just not like that. But this is a very old phone, so can't speak much. Scrolling down, lock screen, notification, everything is pretty much just the same that you get in the latest betas of HyperOS 2. In terms of privacy and security, there are a lot of changes under the hood in HyperOS 3, but as this is a ported ROM, it doesn't mean much. Going through more UI stuff, health, device and usage, it's basically the same. And yeah guys, that's pretty much it. Quick look of HyperOS 3 running on the Redmi K20 Pro. I hope you guys found it helpful. If you liked it, please let me know in the comment section below. If you want an installation, it's coming right up, and see you guys in the next one.